decaf, triple grande, non-fat, extra hot, stirred, no foam, caramel macchiato.
How did Starbucks create a coffee culture in a sea of tea drinkers? Check out the 10 secret ways Starbucks was able to win over China. Coffee battles tea.
Now that's classic.
Tea has become a cornerstone in Chinese households. China produces over 40% of the world's tea, and its citizens consume an estimated 1.6 billion tons annually. Unfortunately, China's vast tea production made opening a coffee franchise nearly impossible. But Starbucks managed to break through by doing their research, affiliating with the right people, and remaining true to local culture. Starbucks is a worldwide coffee powerhouse with over 35,000 locations worldwide. In 1999, the first Starbucks coffee house location opened in China. Today, there are over 6,000 Starbucks coffee shops spread out across 230 different cities in China, making it the second largest market for this international chain of coffee houses after the United States, which boasts 15,000 locations. But in China, Starbucks is growing at an astonishing rate, opening one new location every 9 hours. By 2025, they expect to have over 9,000 locations nationwide. It's clear that the Seattle-based coffee giant has achieved something rarely done before in China, creating coffee success in a sea of tea. Relaxing with a coffee.
I thought you might like some coffee.
Skeptics did not believe Starbucks had any chance of successfully bringing its coffee to China in 1999, yet it managed to do so sooner than anyone had predicted. In a land that values tea, this seemed an impossible challenge, but careful market analysis revealed something intriguing for Starbucks as they sought to bring their luxury drink to new regions of the globe. They were ready to demonstrate that China needed the premium coffee experience. As China's middle class began to emerge, coffee became an increasingly exciting and westernized experience for those in China.
I need a quart over ice. It's an emergency.
Starbucks succeeded in creating a demand for warm drinks other than tea in China by targeting the right demographics with their marketing plan. Coffee drinking became the in thing among Chinese adults. Everyone wanted to try a cappuccino, latte, or Americano coffee. In the early 2000s, coffee became so popular in China that locals were substituting their traditional tea after meals for a Starbucks beverage and starting their day with an energy-packed cup of joe instead of relaxing with tea. This paradigm shift revolutionized how China thought about and drank coffee forever. Starbucks had a plan.
I have part of a plan.
Starbucks' decision to enter the Chinese market was calculated and carefully considered. Starbucks knew they needed to tread lightly so as to not upset tea-drinking culture in China. With this new plan in place, they knew exactly how to approach entering this market with care and tact. They needed to maintain respect for tea's traditions while gradually introducing coffee without upending the culture. When Starbucks first opened up shop in China in 1999, there were no promotions or any advertising that might have given the impression that coffee was superior to tea. Coffee was not meant to replace traditional drinks. Rather, the Seattle-based coffee house sought to project their brand image in an honorable way and chose high-traffic areas such as Beijing for their launch campaign. The opening of the first Starbucks location in Beijing's financial district was designed with one goal in mind: to reduce waiting times and cater to the urban lifestyle. Offering a welcoming spot to stop for a break and a cup of coffee was irresistible, while its Americanized aspect added an extra special touch. New to our channel? Then make our day and hit that subscribe button. Thanks. Breaking into the market.
So we saw each other at different Starbucks across the street.
Tea house culture has been an integral part of Chinese life for thousands of years. By using tea as their secret weapon, Starbucks unlocked another key to success in China. They began by using tea as a gateway to market entry. Starbucks began by slowly dripping tea into their stores, eventually evolving it into coffee. When their empire spread to China, they offered an array of tea options on their menu and eventually transitioned into offering Chinese coffee as well. An agreement was reached with Beijing Media Coffee, a wholesale distribution company that already enjoyed great popularity and respect among Chinese restaurants and hotels. Starbucks was able to leverage their own license and joint venture partnerships with China to forge a friendship and gain trust, paving the way for them to open more luxury coffee locations over the course of several years. Starbucks quickly established itself as the go-to spot for young professionals, opening a Starbucks Reserve in Shanghai just 1 year later. The Shanghai Reserve Roastery was the largest Starbucks in the world, with 30,000 square feet of space featuring an augmented reality experience, Tivana tea bar, and 3 premium coffee bars. Cater to the locals.
This isn't a menu you're planning.
When the Seattle-based International Coffee House first popularized coffee drinking in China, they sent their best brand ambassadors and baristas to ensure everything got off the ground perfectly. There was no room for mistakes. Starbucks wanted their opening location in Shanghai to be a landmark destination, drawing the right crowd. To ensure success, their top baristas served as mentors for new employees during training before they were sent off to serve customers throughout China. The coffee house empire's top priority was to guarantee that customers received the same high-profile service and genuine smile with each drink ordered, no matter which location locals or tourists visited. Starbucks was able to successfully expand into China by providing a highly customized menu. This included specialty beverages like coffee and treats tailored specifically for each location. Locals were delighted with Starbucks' attention to detail, and soon enough they began flocking there to explore their menu options and see what was available near them. Starbucks had clearly found a way to successfully cater to local markets. They successfully used one of Starbucks' secret tactics to gain acceptance in China, offering popular Chinese treats like traditional cookies, curry puffs, and mooncakes that would go perfectly with their licensed hot and cold drinks. Many businesses have attempted to break into the global market, but few have succeeded. Starbucks understood cultural values while offering a new product to an entirely new market. What to order?
I like my pumpkin spice lattes extra hot.
The most popular drinks at Starbucks in China vary depending on the region and the time of year, but there are a few that tend to be consistently ordered. The matcha latte has become extremely popular in China in recent years. It's made with high-quality matcha powder and steamed milk, and is often sweetened with honey or sugar. Then there's the Americano, a classic coffee drink that is popular all over the world, including in China. It's made with espresso and hot water and can be customized with milk or sweeteners.
Any coffee thing, as long as I can't taste a hint of coffee.
The black tea latte is another popular latte in China that is made with strong black tea and steamed milk. It's often sweetened with honey or sugar and can be served hot or iced. And of course, there's the famous Starbucks Frappuccinos, not only popular in China but all over, especially during the summer months. They come in a variety of flavors and are blended with ice, milk, and syrups. These drinks are popular in China because they offer a mix of traditional coffee flavors with local tastes and preferences. Many Chinese customers enjoy drinks that are slightly sweetened, and they appreciate the quality of the coffee and tea used by Starbucks. Patience is a virtue.
Patience is a virtue.
Breaking into the Chinese market requires long-term dedication. Starbucks used another secret strategy to gain acceptance in China, investing heavily in their employees and being patient with their growth strategy. Starbucks guests were delighted by the Starbucks experience. Smiling baristas and cheerful greetings provided an experience unlike any other in the area. This new and exciting environment made consumers feel cool and trendy at the same time. Starbucks already had a global reputation, which allowed them to charge premium prices. This is beneficial for all parties involved. Training and opening new locations takes time, but Starbucks was ready for the long haul. The coffeehouse giant knew that to build customer loyalty and to share its exhilarating new products with the Chinese market, it would need to be patient. The coffee company wanted to avoid shocking the culture, so they educated their new employees on various types and flavors of coffee so that they could share their expertise with customers who weren't already well-versed in coffee consumption. After years of hard work and negotiations, Starbucks is reaping some handsome rewards. Chinese coffee beans.
What about you, Leon?
You get a latte.
Starbucks stands apart, creating a brand that stands alone. Not content with simply opening new locations to sell their coffee, the International Coffee House wanted to do more than simply join other businesses. They wanted to help shape the country as well. In 2007, Starbucks joined forces with farmers to help cultivate the land that produced their beloved coffee beans. Starbucks officials collaborated with farmers in Yunnan, China, located just 1,000 kilometers from Thailand, to develop its own domestic chain of products by employing local technologies and personnel.
You don't like coffee?
Starbucks' secret weapon to victory in China was their decision to serve locally sourced coffee beans at their high-end locations. By 2023, this act of generosity and loyalty will have provided over 50,000 farmers with employment and specialized training opportunities. Starbucks went above and beyond when it came to aiding charities and volunteering in projects to help communities flourish. This big coffee brand even made a $5 million donation for education in China's poorest regions, an impressive step in building relationships with Chinese officials and local partners, exactly what Starbucks needed if it wanted to expand within China. Taking the regional approach.
My God, that is the best coffee I've ever tasted.
Before Starbucks made any decisions about entering China, they took time to gain extensive insight into the local coffee shop market. In 1998, Starbucks entered into a licensing agreement that extended across 3 different regions based on their research into the regional differences across China. As a result, their products were tailored specifically for each location. Starbucks began their journey into China by joining forces with Media Coffee, who served as their initial partner. Later on, Starbucks formed a joint venture with Uni-President Group from Taiwan, which permitted them to open their first coffee shop locations in Shanghai. After Starbucks' success in Hong Kong, Guangzhou, Macau, and other southern China markets, they entered a joint venture with Meixing International, also known as Coffee Concepts Ltd. Each new partnership enabled Starbucks to quickly deliver the right goods to the right places and maintain their respectable relationship with China as a whole. Adaptability was another of Starbucks' secrets for success in China, enabling it to satisfy each region and their customers while avoiding unnecessary risks while expanding operations throughout the Chinese market. The coffee education.
Another cold brew? Don't mind if I cold do.
Starbucks had to educate Chinese consumers on the advantages of drinking coffee, such as how a high-quality beverage can lift one's spirits and how a cup in the morning can serve as an energy booster. Comparative to other countries, teaching the Chinese culture about coffee without trying to replace tea would be a significant obstacle. Tea was already widely popular and well-loved by fans.
Of course I want a latte. I love the way you make them!
Starbucks' success in China was no accident. It helped them navigate a crucial decision. Should they introduce premium coffee and the Starbucks culture to China, or follow in China's traditional tea tradition and specialize in specialty teas? Which route would be more profitable for them? Starbucks took a risk on premium coffee after carefully considering all their options, and chose to help China embrace the coffee drinking experience and introduce them to Western cultures. This decision proved one of the wisest Starbucks has ever made. Since 1999, their influence over China's coffee culture has grown exponentially. Take a sip of more great videos. Just tap or click. Oh, and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.